It's poker time. Playing 5, 10, and sometimes 20. Cash. Cash money.
Cash.
There's Jeremy with the ace jack. He has no standards.
He would fold ace jack?
I'm not talking about poker
Oh,
standards. I just mean in general in his life.
Yeah, like he'll eat stuff he finds on the floor.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
He'll be friends with people he really shouldn't be. Stuff like that.
Yeah, stuff like that. Meanwhile, we have some loosey-goosey calls.
Karimio.
Karimio flops the best.
Probably just going to take it down here with a $25
Well, he's
bet.
doing his tiny bet thing, if you remember from previous episodes. This has been Karimio's strategy for this, and it's resulting in a lot more turns happening, like this one, that would certainly not be happening if Karimio bet a more normal amount.
King of spades on the turn, and I don't know, is Karimio even going to bet again?
This is a problem with betting so small, is that now like there's more kings in Jeremy's range.
Yep.
You know, that kind of sucks.
You could bet because any improvement, it's going to be really hard to get value, but he does check, and I think Jeremy's just going to check here and hope to win at showdown.
Karimio could have a missed flush draw. He could have a missed gut shot.
Will Karimio go for value? The answer is yes. Pretty good time on that board to go for value, I have to say. Hearts miss, gut shots miss.
Yeah, Jeremy's usually betting an overpair on the flop, and he does make the call. And as I was saying on the last episode, Jeremy is not the guy you want to bluff on the river because he doesn't like folding so much, and it works out in Karimio's favor this time.
Jeremy looks displeased with the situation, making that sort of scowl. And now he's thinking about how he got owned.
What else could you be thinking about?
Yeah, that king pairing was a pretty bad card for Jeremy. Like if that's a queen even, it probably goes check, check a lot there.
Yeah.
And Jeremy maybe can find more folds. I don't know if he's folding that hand, but he could find more folds.
Waterboy with everybody's favorite four-betting hand.
Raise 130.
Let's see if he uses it as one. Oh, Blake's got 2 10s. Be interesting to see what he chooses to do here.
Don't expect him to find a fold.
Nope.
He could go anywhere with this. He could do all things.
He goes all in.
Wow.
That is a large...
That was more than I thought he was going to bet.
Yeah, I thought maybe he would make it 330 or something.
In fairness, if he's making 330, he's putting in a third of his stack.
Yeah, it's not...
He should never fold
It's
unless
not
they
unreasonable.
both move in.
Not unreasonable. That is the thing you could avoid. If they both move in, then like you're always crushed.
Yeah. I guess they could both have ace king.
It's possible.
That would be kind of a dream.
It would be a dream.
One time I was playing in a tournament, and somebody raised, and I moved in with 2 10s, and a guy behind called, and another guy called the all-in, and then the first guy moved in, and everyone called, and we were 4-way all-in, and they all had ace-queen, and it was incredible.
They all had ace-queen?
They all had ace-queen, and I just won the pot with 2 10s unimproved. And
That's
it was
pretty nice.
Spectacular. I couldn't believe that they all had each other's outs. It was...
Seems like some overplays with ace-queen there in some of those situations.
Sure. I don't remember how deep we were. It was many years ago, but I remember when the third guy turned over ace king, I said, "Oh, baby."
Exactly like that, huh?
Yeah.
Blake's going to try to limp in with the 10-8. Brewer bumping it up, and Jeremy certainly going to see a flop with this hand.
One page in it just says go all in. That's it. White page, go all in. That's it.
read that page a few times.
Published 2023.
Yeah, every time. You missed the first page that said just make them nuts every time.
There's a thank you quote at the beginning, too, that I thank you, Kareem.
Pretty good flop for Brewer and for Blake.
Yeah.
Thank you to all my payoff wizards.
What a wet board.
Near and far.
I think 9-10 Jack with the flush draw is like the ultimate poker wet
Allowed me
board.
to write this book without any-
Everybody talks about it.
Everyone. But it is. It is right there.
Blake is leading into the field.
Brewer has a very straightforward call, but could get uncomfortable depending on the run out and the bet sizing. There's a club.
That's one of the bad cards. You didn't want to see that if you were either player, but I think Brewer especially was looking to avoid clubs.
Blake has been in the past willing to bet these boards, when the scary card comes. And there we go.
Oh, he goes all in.
Wow.
There's no way Brewer can call this.
No chance. On the third club, there's no chance. Well, on cue, I say Blake's willing to bet these boards, and he shoves 2.5x pot.
I think what Brewer might be thinking about right now is why would Blake shove if he made a flush?
It's hard to imagine, but could he have two pair?
Right, that's what I would be worried about. I would want a stronger hand. I would want, a set or something to feel comfortable.
Yeah, a set is an easy call. I think Jack 10 is a pretty straightforward call, too.
Right, but Blake could have 9-10 and play it this way, and that's
Yep.
probably what's going through Brewer's head.
And what do you beat here? You beat, like, ace, queen exactly? I mean, a weird 8? I don't know what hands Blake has, except, like, I guess what he has exactly. That's what you beat, right? You beat a pair and a straight draw.
Ooh, Brewer shows a card and Blake shows a card. Is Blake showing the 10 or the 8?
I think he's showing the 8.
Interesting.
That's not a card I would show. I would much rather show the 10 than the 8.
Once Brewer shows a jack, I'm not sure. I think I'd rather show the 8.
I mean, once Brewer showed first, right?
Yeah.
As soon as Blake shows that 8, he never has a straight. when Brewer shows a jack,
You
right?
would-
Why would he show an 8?
Well,
Like,
so you think Brewer's supposed to call then?
yeah. I mean, that's a lot of, admittedly, like, levels upon levels, admittedly, but why would he show the straight card if he's got him beat there? Why would he would show the 10, right? I mean,
Yeah.
he would show, or he just wouldn't turn over a card. If they said, hey, let's both turn over a card, that'd be one thing. But in response to the jack,
You really think he never has a straight when he shows it? He might want him to fold a big club with the jack.
I guess maybe. I think he mostly doesn't have it. I am prone to believe that people don't have it when they do anything, though. I'll say that.
That is true. You're a non-believer.
I am a
You're like
non-believer.
Jeremy.
I have definitely been tricked by players who do a thing, to try and get a call. It
Yeah.
sometimes works on me. And I say, that was good. You got the call. Then I usually beat them anyway by getting very lucky.
That sounds nice.
It is.
Karimio raised. That must be a straddle.
straddle, yeah.
That must be a straddle.
7, 8, 10, queen, all good, right?
No club. I know. The best jack.
We're doing a round? Oh.
Karimio, a splash of color on a dreary tableau.
Exactly. That's what he was hoping to be, and that's what he beheld.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think it's more likely he's netted with an 8.
I guess we're doing a round of straddles here.
Looks like it. 5, 10, 25.
Jeremy with the Meadows hand, and he folds it.
Yeah, you want to see a jack for sure.
I want him to see a jack.
No respect for the Meadows hand at this table. It's been folded a few times by these players who are trying to play well, in air quotes, by not playing 4 deuce. I guess that's okay.
I mean, I think it's okay. I don't play 4 deuce.
Yeah, well, you have no soul, no
Right.
heart,
The
no
only time-
desire.
The only time I played 4 deuce is when the 4 deuce game is on. Otherwise, I throw the hand away because I let my brain govern my decisions, Grant.
Wow,
Not my
man.
feet.
You should have like a podcast.
I don't.
It'd be king jack all day.
Not anymore.
That's not true.
Shut up, Grant.
Get more information and still make the wrong decision.
So Jeremy's opening queen 10 off here under the gun.
He's feeling a little spicy. L-Dog with a much nicer looking hand, although it is in trouble against Jeremy.
What
He
is happening?
folds it.
I'm so confused.
Did he look at the cards incorrectly? How does a human fold 10-9 suited for one raise? A human person.
fold.
I'm shocked.
No fault for you.
I mean, maybe he knew that Jeremy had queen 10 and Brewer had king queen of clubs, and he was in jail.
Well, he really was.
Oh, wait, he would have outflopped them
Oh.
both. L-Dog, what are you doing?
It's not like this table's been full of 3 bets where you can't call there with that hand. That is really wild. Both players pick up a straight draw here.
Jeremy with a flush draw, too.
Yeah.
He checks it. That's a surprise.
Takes the free one, and there's the full house for L Dog, and feel the pain, buddy. Although you would have made no extra money anyway.
I mean, you get what you deserve, though. How do you fold 9-10 suited?
Yeah.
That's rude.
Let's look at the pain on L Dog's face.
Let's look at the pain on Jeremy's face when he sees that King High got to get the showdown and beat him.
Yeah.
That's not great.
Surprised he didn't bet the turn.
There were
all the draws.
there were a lot of strange passive decisions in that hand.
Yeah, it's true.
Starting with L Dog.
And ending with the two guys who were in the hand.
Although Brewer, I kind of get why he never bet when the third heart comes to bring him the straight draw, and he's just
his makes the most sense. Jeremy not betting the turn is surprising. L Dog folding is surprising, and it cost both of them. And I feel no sympathy.
Can you fathom a world where you fold 9-10 suited to one raise when you're this deep?
The only time is if it's a crazy 3-betting table.
Yeah,
If I feel like people behind me are just going to go nuts and they just punish me constantly, then I won't call there. But that's it. Especially being deep. Yeah, L Dog had $3,000 in front of him. I can't imagine. I mean, he's not the effective stack, but Jeremy's got a nice stack too. I can't really imagine not calling it. But L Dog's staying out of trouble by not winning that pot.
That's right.
You never know. Like that pot, the ego that he gets from that pot and the money could lead him in a really dark.
That's true.
Dark
That's true.
place.
He never wanted to win that lottery.
Exactly.
Now it's kind of a strange play when you put it in confluence with the play he made against Karimio in the last episode where he had just top pair and he shoved the turn when Karimio led.
Right. Well, he called a 3-bet with Queen 10 suited, a big 3-bet.
Yeah.
But he folded to a normal size raise here.
Yeah. Strange.
Yeah. No, I guess the straddle was on, so it was 75 instead of,
Sure.
40 or whatever, but still it's confusing.
Really?
But you got to keep them on their toes. It's hard to range them, I'll say that.
Sure.
And now he checks with the 9-5 off. You
I
don't know what this
never
guy's
would have
doing.
expected that. Nothing for anybody. Blake with the best hand, although not feeling too good about it, I don't imagine.
All right, who wants it?
L Dog wants it. He wants to
Yeah,
get that pot. He's
like-
all tilty now.
I like that bet. He's got a lot more deuces than Blake. A lot more kings too.
No, I'm in Portland. Yeah, no, we bought
He is a king.
we got a house.
Why would you say that? It's a strange thing to say.
You just doxed yourself?
I mean, pretty big street. Goes like a couple hundred blocks.
This is a nice hand.
Are you gonna fold this?
He's not the one who's
I know.
causing me problems
I'm just
by folding.
upset with everybody.
L Dog folds ace 9. Oh, I
was-
guess
he
with
wasn't in the big
water boy and behind hearts would be a problem.
And no hearts, no nothing. This is the kind of board that Waterboy could attack if Karimio c-bets. It's exactly the right kind of board to do it.
Karimio is going
Let's
to
see if he
see
does
bet.
a baby c-bet again. 135 in there, he bets 20.
Yep.
It'd be really hard not to raise this, I think.
I don't think Karimio's had a really big hand yet, like a flop set or something. But if he does, I would like to see if he continues this sizing trend. Because if he doesn't, that's problematic.
Yep.
And
There's
you
the
were
raise.
right. You were right about Waterboy's intentions here, and it works beautifully.
It's the right board to do it on.
And he shows it.
The right board, and he's in the right position. He has all the sevens.
Yeah.
Karimio has essentially none of them, or almost none.
A couple suited sevens.
Yeah, couple suited. That's it.
To a pair.
Waterboy's got as many sevens as one can have.
2 live cards.
Waterboy, he also, if you recall, attacked last session. He raised the river really nicely with a blocker.
Yeah.
He's thinking about this stuff.
Yep.
It's working nicely. All right, the straddle is off.
Raise 35. Cool. Call.
Old Dog is just going to flat the
Interesting.
jacks out of the small blind.
Very surprising.
Let Brewer see a flop with the 5-6 suited, although he might have seen it anyway had it been 3-bet. Not the flop you want to see when you have jacks. Or 5-6 suited, but it feels a little different, you know?
Well, look at this.
Old Dog is doing a lot of strange stuff.
That is such a weird way to play jacks. Both pre and post.
Did you see Brewer's face there when he got shown the
No,
hand?
what do you do?
He made the face that you would, if you didn't watch it,
Yeah, I can
viewer,
guess.
go ahead and rewind, because that's the face that I agree with.
Yeah.
He made a face that I agree with.
Like, ew.
Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Close right after this.
It is a
Like,
really, really strange way to play jacks. I mean, like we're saying, it's very hard to range this guy.
An ace or a 9 is obviously going to call you. You're not going to fold out a flush draw. Maybe kings or queens will fold, maybe, if you're lucky. But I don't really know what else the value of that bet could be.
He just wants to find out where he is,
I
not get
guess.
bluffed off the hand. He wants to not get bluffed off the hand, right?
That's
and
probably,
it worked.
Probably what it is.
Brewer was probably going to bet that board, right? Ace 9-9 with 6-5 suited. Like, what else is he doing? Of course, L-Dog could have just called, but
Jeremy raising, clearing the field out, heads up with BMW Blake now with the deuces. Not a good flop for either player, and I feel like I've said that a lot recently.
yeah, we haven't seen a lot of connection with the board really
An hour later.
this episode.
Jeremy's been kidnapped.
Yeah. Grandma, I need another.
The ransom.
I need 4 for my birthday present.
It always feels good to have a hand like deuces and get it through, like Jeremy just did.
What a life. He's got the little guy playing horse hockey on his shirt.
Yep.
He's got the hair. Yeah, I'm the guy commenting on the hair this time, not you. It's weird. Feels wrong. I guess it's just Stuart's hair mostly that you comment on. He's not here.
Yeah, I'm like adrift because I can't make fun of Stuart's hair.
How about Jeremy's hair? What do you think?
It doesn't look good.
Wow. I did not expect something so direct.
What? Why'd you ask then?
Press. I thought you were going to be, more descriptive. It doesn't look good. I think he's cultivating a look.
Yeah, that like hair stands up in the middle of your head. The alfalfa look.
Oh,
He's
come on.
cultivating it, all right.
I'm sorry, Jeremy. I did invite this on you, and I'm sorry.
I wasn't doing anything. I was just silently judging him until you asked me. All right, here we go. 5 ways, including BMW Blake with Queen Deuce.
Look at the 9-10 suited for Jeremy here. What a flop.
Wow.
And Brewer with top.
This could get interesting.
Brewer's not going to love getting raised in a 5-player field if that's what Jeremy decides to do. But I don't think he's going to fold.
I don't know. 5 players. It's hard to say. Anyway, Jeremy just calls, so not an issue.
Not going to know.
Right, but you can't declare it with poker. It's just a joke.
Well, the good news for Brewer is any card that improves Jeremy is going to be a little bit of a scare card for Brewer. Like
And
that.
that's one of them. Jeremy improves to a straight flush draw to go along with his flush, and Brewer is drawing completely dead. I can't imagine him doing anything but check.
Yep. Let's see. I fully expect Jeremy to bet, and let's see how he sizes it. I would think he'd go pretty big here.
I think Brewer might just find a fold. Jeremy called in the next position after Brewer in a 5-player field, and now is betting when the diamond comes in. What can he have?
Looks like he only bet 170 half pot. Yeah.
He can't have just the ace of diamonds because it would
Nope.
have to be ace king with the ace of diamonds. Maybe he could have ace queen with the ace
Right.
of diamonds.
That's the hand. That's
Maybe.
It. That's it.
And
Brewer
Brewer
is
is
gonna
going to make the call. I don't know if I agree with this call.
I mean, the problem is we were 5 ways to the flop,
Yeah.
and Jeremy stuck around. There's the queen. That's actually a good card for Brewer. That he might be able to get away because now king queen's beating him too.
Now you can only beat ace queen with the ace of diamonds, turning into a bluff, which I would almost never expect.
Yeah, because it can beat ace jack.
Ace 10 with the ace of diamonds, of course, got there.
Here comes the bet, and now Brewer sees this and is realizing that Jeremy is repping, for sure, a big hand. A hand that is beating him, and he lets it go right away.
We
We're back.
return. I was gonna say it.
I'm sorry.
I.
No, you're good. You go.
So what do you think about Jeremy's hair? Oh wait, we already did that.
Yeah. Do you want me to continue to talk
No,
about
no,
it?
it's okay.
The thing is, it's like it's a choice. And that's what I don't get.
See, you couldn't help it.
Why? I just you see where I'm going with this, right? Like, why though? Why would you elect? You can have any haircut. Oh yeah,
That's good for a misdeal. That's good conversation.
yeah.
Jeremy's
I knew the misdeal was coming.
Jeremy's gonna love this episode. Gonna love it.
Yeah, we don't really go after Jeremy normally.
You went after him this whole session so far.
Only because I did earlier too. Yeah, because Stuart's not here. I need
You need
somebody. To pick
somebody,
on.
yeah.
And Dan Ross isn't here either, so it's really tough on me.
Life is hard sometimes.
It's hard for me, and so I need an outlet. And who else am I going to pick on? I'm not going to pick on L Dog. I'm not crazy.
What does that mean? We're gonna have to
I feel like
dive into that one.
I feel like if L Dog was angry at me, it would be a problem for me.
I see.
You know.
I see.
I mean, Waterboy looks like he would extinguish me and feel nothing.
Okay, what about Karimio? Why not Karimio?
Karimio's a nice guy. Come on.
And Jeremy's not. All right, what about Blake?
Blake's all puppies and sunshine. Blake, by the way, has Jacks here.
Yeah.
In a medium where you're supposed to pretty much protect your money by putting
What about Brewer?
cold wallet.
If I didn't know Brewer well, and everyone lets it go, Blake takes it down. I might think Brewer was dangerous, but I know that he's as soft as the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. You know, he's the Michelin Man. You poke him and he cackles like the Pillsbury Doughboy.
How many people is he?
They're all kind of the same though. They're the big.
So you're saying he's safe to go after?
Yeah, I'm saying that he's so sweet and happy. You wouldn't do that.
Oh, you can't do that to him.
But no, I'm not afraid of him. Although, which is where we started all this, right? Not afraid of him.
So your point about Jeremy is that you're not afraid of him, and
And-
he deserves it. Is what you're saying.
That's right. L Dog opening the 5-3 off. No, he folded it. That is just incorrect. Blake opened something. That's what happened. With the ace jack suited. Okay.
No, Waterboy opened, and Blake called.
What?
Pay attention.
I just didn't think it was possibly true.
But look at us. Here we are,
Well.
and it's true. And Waterboy has flopped the best hand.
There's a continuation for 30.
I mean, do your like?
Blake's going to call, and he better hope he doesn't hit his 2-outer on the turn.
It would be nice if he had a diamond on that board.
Yep.
It's another club for Waterboy. Improves his equity.
Might check it against Blake here, though.
He does. I mean, clubs are definitely a possibility for Blake to have.
Yep. Blake checks it back, thinking his hand might be good. I guess it's time to go for value, right?
Yeah, it's a dry board. Blake could have a better 9, but usually that's betting the turn.
And it's probably betting the river anyway if we check. So let's see if we can get called by 2 7s. Waterboy
No.
checks, though. And we'll. be
Blake
happy.
ambitiously puts the cards out like, can these be good, please? I hope.
I mean, when it goes check, turn river,
Yep.
it's
I mean,
possible.
I understand why he put him out that like that. He's
Yeah.
like, huh? Maybe?
You got ace 10? You got ace 10? Got a king queen? Huh? King queen once?
Is that a Blake impression?
Yeah, it's Blake because he at one point lived in the 1930s.
Ah, right.
You got king queens, son?
Hey,
Boy?
Kappa.
Hey?
You
Yeah,
can't pull me over for that, Kappa.
exactly.
I've only had 10 whiskeys. That's under the limit.
Let's go exploit some children. I mean that like for work, like labor, not anything else.
Wow.
Because that
Holy-
sounds bad. As soon as
oh
I
my.
said that, I heard what that
I
sounded like.
can't believe you.
I just mean like make them work long hours in the factory. Don't worry about it.
Oh my, you're canceled. It's over. Waterboy has ace deuce of hearts, and that doesn't matter to you because you're just canceled. It's just over. He limps.
You
We
say
haven't-
one bad thing about Jeremy, and like, the whole world comes after you. Karimio with the aces.
Let's hope they go better for him this time.
Yeah. Brewer's coming along with 9-7 suited.
Waterboy's limp is surprising to me because we haven't seen him do that yet.
Yeah.
Interesting.
He might have. I would have guessed he could have even been limp re-raising, but he wasn't. Lucky for him. And 9-7 suited flops the gutter.
With the backdoor flush draw, I expect Brewer to continue.
Let's see how Karimio sizes this one. 50, still pretty small, less than a third pot. Not 20, but still, we are three-handed. Brewer's going to call once in position here. And try and either spike it, pick up a club, or just bluff. That is a club. That is a good card for Brewer. Karimio with the ace of clubs in his hand. I expected we're going to see a lot of checks. Nope. I'm wrong. He's not afraid of the trip tens. Interesting. 175. About a little less than 2/3 pot. Brewer's going to just have to call here. I wonder if Karimio thinks he has the best hand. Probably he thinks he does some of the time. And Brewer gets there with the clubs. Wow. Karimio with the ace of clubs in his hand. What a run out for Brewer. So hard to see it if you're Karimio. And the ace of clubs. It's understandable. It looks like he's almost block betting here. Yeah.
I wonder if Brewer will raise on this board.
That's got to be what he's thinking. So hard to get called. But if Karimio has a 10, he might get action. Karimio's bet. So it's very reasonable to raise. You worry about what hands continue when you raise. Brewer is going to put in the raise.
This was probably based on sizing, right?
Yeah, I think so. Karimio went full pot. Karimio calls this time, and he's just been rung every time with a big pair so far.
That sucks.
Referring to the last two episodes where he incorrectly folded queens and incorrectly folded aces. I think he calls specifically because he has the ace of clubs here, which is reasonable. Of course, there were other hands that beat him too. There were full houses and probably not trip tens, probably just full houses. It's an understandable call for sure for Karimio. But boy.
It's been a rough one.
Yeah.
It's been a rough one for Karimio.
That very strongly did not work out, is what I'm going to say. Karimio's like, yep, I should just never call the big bets with aces. But that would be incorrect because
You should have called the last one.
Yeah, the last one would have been a lot of money most of the time. I guess it was the turn, so you never know, but he was way ahead. This is going to be a tough watch for him, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I think he really is trying some new stuff, and it might be messing with his head.
Maybe.
That's what it is.
I don't know. I mean,
sizing stuff specifically.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think it was a very reasonable call on the river. I'll say that.
It's the best investment strategy there is anyway. Day trading is just gambling.
Brewer with the gutter.
Gambling?
How do I enter these markets?
Brewer gets there.
He's not even in the hand.
Well, he would have got there. And we don't know what
We've got the
L-Dog has.
interns are at it again. Is Wheel in the building distracting the interns? Perhaps.
Well, it's a set for Waterboy.
Not a good set, but it is a set.
I mean, most sets are good.
But this one's not
Why?
because there's 4 to a straight.
It checked around on the turn. You're not betting this?
Might be betting
Of
this.
course you're betting it. Oh, he goes for the check, though. He just checks it back. So he really agrees with you that it was not a good set. Well, I guess Jeremy's in the pot, too. So he's also sort of setting a trap for Jeremy. I saw it. The graphic said that, but I couldn't see Jeremy's cards because his hands are so freakishly big.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
They look like pretty normal hands to me.
They look like party favors, Grant.
You make jokes like this every once in a
Yeah.
while, randomly, and I don't understand
Yeah, I
why.
don't either.
About physical traits that aren't there.
Yeah.
It's strange.
It's just a way to explain why I couldn't see Jeremy's hand.
I see. BMW
Blake,
Well, they are already.
gonna limp.
He's our resident limper. Waterboy did it once. L-Dog's done it a couple times, I think. But Blake is the most frequent limper we have.
Indeed.
Well, it's never going to be a consumer level. It's going to be
That's an ace for Blake.
Brewer will probably continue on this board.
I fully expect him to bet.
Not to the U.S.
There it is.
No, it really is a gap. I mean, we've been like.
Let's see if Brewer just shuts down here.
You wait forever for the money to clear, and it's not the way the world works right now.
Diamonds come in, but shouldn't be a big
Not
concern
allowing your negativity to get
for
in the way.
Blake.
I don't think Brewer's going to take a shot.
I don't either. He can't rep the diamonds in any reasonable
Brian,
way.
Are you in heavy on XRP?
The only hand he really has there, I think, if he
Yeah.
bets for value on the river, is like pocket eights, right?
Yeah, maybe
Maybe-
ace 8.
Maybe king. Maybe.
I
Maybe
don't know.
not.
I don't think
Maybe
so.
not.
I think ace 8's possible.
He could have a bad ace, I guess, and have checked back the turn for pot control, I suppose. Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Let's move on.
All right.
Ooh, queens.
In about a year, you're gonna be like, if only I'd done what
A lot of pocket pairs for this guy.
so obstinate about XRP.
What's that about?
I don't know. He probably,
Yeah, I
part
know.
of the Illuminati or something.
Big tipper of dealers. Is that what you're saying?
Stewart is a crypto guy.
Jeremy calls with the Jack 9 suited.
The
plus
TJ,
one.
the TJ Cloutier.
Is it?
Isn't Jack 9 of diamonds specifically the TJ Cloutier?
I don't know. Is that what he won the World Series with or
I
something?
mean, maybe or something like that.
Actually, did TJ ever win the World Series?
I don't think
I
he
don't think
did.
He came close.
Anyway, the comparisons between Jeremy and TJ Cloutier are very common. And Brewer does not like that flop, even though he is still ahead.
Don't lend either one of them $300.
You don't mean that about Jeremy. You shouldn't
No.
say stuff like that about
Of
Jeremy.
course not. So nobody's loving this board right now, but well, Blake is, I think, betting just to protect his value, and let's see if Brewer is going to be able to stick around. Nope.
Too many players behind.
Yep. See what Jeremy does.
For me, it's gotta be something.
Jeremy's going to make essentially a perfect call here.
What a deal for Jeremy that Brewer folds and he gets to call.
Yep. 5 or 6 would chop it, but that's a 7. What does Blake do now?
I guess he could bet 60 again or something like that, but I think he'll probably check.
I think he should check. Let hearts bluff, even though he's got a heart in his hand.
Well, at least the experts say that in this
He actually does block the nuts, but check, and bad
Jeremy
news for Blake.
Jeremy might have gone for value with a hand like King Jack or Queen Jack. It's possible.
Yeah.
decent value.
Yeah, I think so. But he can't even beat Jack 10, and Jack 10 as the limp feels like it's right there, you know.
Yeah. And Brewer sadly watches on as that showdown happens.
At least it was a small pot.
It's still
I have
the
no
top
idea how you
8
guys play,
it's
'cause,
top 10 coins still.
not used to
Yes,
people
I mean,
using that hand.
it's got to say something to you. I mean, and the company's hiring. They're not firing like Google and all these other companies. They're hiring. Brad Garlinghouse is
Knit New World.
yes. Well, but I own these, I'm an altcoin coin guy though. I don't care about Bitcoin anymore.
Jeremy didn't have the heart to play King 9 there.
Yeah, Tony G would have played it.
I'm not looking for 3x.
And he was in Lithuanian parliament, so
Right.
that's something to aspire to. Blake,
Did he limp?
no,
Oh, okay.
yeah, he did not. And Brewer's going to defend. It was a small raise, only 2.5x.
That is small.
Doesn't do anything.
Backdoor royal for Blake, but not very exciting stuff for either player here. There's the
Bink.
king. And Brewer's drawing dead.
Blake checks again. I kind of like this. I like this check after it goes check.
It's starting to look like it's going to work.
Yep.
As
there
Brewer
you go.
reaches and bets half pot.
I think just a call here, Blake. Just a call.
I don't think Brewer's going to take another shot. Oh, well, we'll never find out because
Right.
Blake has raised to 55 over 25.
I do agree that it's unlikely Brewer's going to take another shot. That is true. So maybe it doesn't matter.
Blake's raise is actually pretty interesting because I think he's getting called by all weaker kings, and then probably getting value
Yeah.
on the river too.
You know what? Especially when it makes it 55. That's a good point. That's a good point. All right, never mind. I'm wrong. You guys are right. Blake, good play.
Some of the dialogue is that, like, the U.S. is going to.
See? That's courage, Jeremy.
Wow.